Maneva na say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there osia dem yopo.
Kenneth Ofori Atta ene AOS Princess.
Yeah, yo answer na mekano. Me papa chairman Adekoka.
Oh.
Decided say obeko wan krami.
Oh, yes.
Wan krami. Na chairman, you know your friend no more kebwanye kaya. She. He came, he saw, he conquered. Some of us, he fathered us. You go to his house over the weekend, he will give you money. You don't call him. You don't need to call him. I don't need to come and sit here and say the kind of good things. Many more people know what he has done. Yes. So may God keep his soul and keep it well. We will miss him because I remember.
At least I
remember in 1997 when he had to take the national team, the black satellites, yes, to Egypt. It was a very difficult time. The players he had brought through, he had taken them to camp at the Winnipeg Sports College for 2 years. But he had to make changes to the team. It was difficult. I remember even Stephen Appiah today, if you ask Stephen Appiah, he was the first person who monetized Stephen Appiah's playing qualities. Yes, he put money in the bag and went to Stephen Appiah. He wanted him to play for Olympics. But at the time, Araras had already, invited, yes. So here he was, he had given money to the young man, but that was his boy. Yes, that's Chairman Adekoka for you. So in sports, he achieved it. His stand is already in the Accra Sports Stadium. So his name will remain forever. In national politics, the chairman of all chairmen, you know what he could do. Yes, he got across and everything. So in fact, it surprised me, it took me by surprise. That is why I don't have the control over my eyes. I'm shedding some tears. But I'll go on.
Go on.
Yes. Charlie, my no media. We know media and say, you try my way, mutrase. MOB no ye investment banker. Why ye Juma was Solomon Brothers? They were US. And now what Jimmy Dean? Now Bono Safuhene. So economics a dear a bar. Bien to me no. A bar investment banker bien to me no. Ufebro Cheba Nina down for Kelly Gadgetpo. Reverend Oba Mitete. Albert and Comforto Cran. Yofi Grant. And you mutrase se umbesete a bank. Ewo kantamanton. Nomudiska. They had to go and borrow money from Kelly Gadget's postfather, $20,000. They didn't pay that money. Crowd collected for the old man in the cemetery. They didn't pay the money. Yes, this was a bank that decided to go into data collection. Go and find out. Then they now were talking to workers to come and do investments with them for 30 years. I was telling people that this was a Ponzi scheme. I want to ask any data bank customer who has received any receipts for his investments in the bank as many years that has gone past. They run a Ponzi scheme, and it's unfortunate. How did he get to manage the nation's economy? We are watching. How did he get to manage? He was giving money by Obutai to go and build houses for Smith workers. He took money, almost $2.2 million at the time. Heavy money. He took the money. Do you know what he did? He chopped it. He never provided the houses for Smith. Nobody could take him on. And that J. Kufo, even when Professor Mills came and the father for all, he ran helter-skelter. Yes. Then he disguised himself. That he knew all and the Occupy Ghana. Came for demonstrations. Yes, in public and dressed like a woman. Yes, he was here to seduce us. Demonstration. What were you people thinking about? Me, I had the opportunity to go to the same secondary school with him. Though not the same generation, I would come back to Ghana. Do you know that the former Chief Justice is his brother?
Former Chief Justice?
Yes, the former Chief Justice, the one who left, the male who left.
Yeah.
What's his name?
FIFA for fun way now.
Yeah, mention his name for me. Help me. That's the brother. The mother, Kenneth Ofori's mother, married the Ninyebo's father. So they stayed in the same house. Yes. They grew up together.
Wow.
I'm telling you, tell me your character, show me your friend. And I tell me, yes. You see himself and him when he was going home. So I said, yes. So me, when he was made finance minister, I collapsed in my room. How can you? I read economics at the university. I went to Atimota School. I followed this express. Somebody who failed his A-level economics managed to go to America, deceive everybody, get into investment banking, work with Solomon Brothers. He was sent to Greece, Athens, to go and collapse banks.
Hey.
So yes, when our banks, he had to invest 9 million Ghana cedis into it to resuscitate our banks. He decided to use 25 million to collapse them. He said he had consolidated them into a bank for the state. Go and find out who were those he employed. I know all over Ghana. Whoever is CEO there must ask everybody to go home and reapply. Yes, at CBG. I'm saying it without fear of favor. They must. Why? It's Kenneth bank. If you keep anybody there, he's spying for Kenneth. He will give Kenneth information. I'm talking about let them reapply. Yes, if they say they are competent, they should reapply. Okay. That's all. It's as simple as that. I don't know who is CEO there, but I want to beg the person. Look, we must dismantle this criminal organization that was put up by Kenneth.
Was an individual?
No. Obakacha also your mind there, but go and see the transfers they have done. Go get the Ghana Investment Bank in London. It's being managed by a Gambian. He was put there by Kenneth. Do you know the transfers that was going on between CBG and the Ghana Investment Bank?
No.
Look, why have you kept that boy, that Gambian, still as head of the bank since we came to power 4 months now? Is it because you have not appointed an ambassador to UK? Sack him and investigate him. It's a chain of criminals. Look at what he did when he became finance minister. This is an investment banker. So if they say investment, what comes to mind? No more so your savings on your behalf. No this sikatu no money but he rather came dismantling what had been put up as funds. He took the sinking fund and blew the money out. He gave excuses. Yes, and capped it. He capped it. Esla. He went there, took the fund, chopped the money, and capped it. He went to get fund. NHIS fund, all the funds, the cocoa stabilization funds, the heritage funds. How can an investment banker? It was a reverse decision for what he knew in the classroom, that instead of investing more and bringing in more revenue, he decided to dissipate what he had come to see under John Dramani Mahama. So what did you think he was coming to do? I'm asking you. What did you think? It was a Ponzi scheme he was running. He had come to deceive the state, take over our finances, make profit of it, and run off like he has done and not come back. In the Bhutan case, nobody could ask him anything. And in this one, like I said, how is it that he's able to speak to his lawyers, but he's not able to speak to us? Let's find a way to collect the money. One, the wife, Angelina Ofori, let's seize her. The state must seize her.
Why didn't you say so?
Oh, please. In America, there's a spousal rights bill. If you're a politician, your wife is also under investigation when they need you. Yes, in America, there's a spousal rights bill. We must trigger that. Let's call the woman. See bank transactions that went on between you and the woman. Let's keep her. If the man does not come, let's keep the woman. I'm telling you, go for Kelly Gajapo. Don't leave him. He came to the electricity sector. He was sent by Kenneth. They were selling aluminium. They were selling aluminium at the electricity company of Ghana when America had come and given us 190 million.
I know they to me. Oh,
please! Didn't you hear containers missing and being minted somewhere in Tema?
To me,
he was board chairman. Who was signing it?
Yes.
He was responsible.
But
Oh, please! Under whose watch? Under whose watch? You had the 500,000. When you are somebody can what the $500,000 of taxpayers' money? About 1,300 containers about my Oba say, to me, not the more Gatino, no be a cotton cheap way. What? Is it not a Ponzi scheme to steal the state's money and make it their own and call themselves rich? Is that not it? Why? Look, Albert and Photocran, they walk around the country. Arrest them.
Arrest them, said they.
They are courts. There is people he brought into government to come and superimpose the criminal scene that was created under his watch. People don't see the need.
To me, evidence here be say
please, they used to meet. They had meetings. Their private meetings every time they left government. Every time they closed from work, they met and decided on where they had reached with their scheme. The idea was to come and make this country poor and make themselves rich. Why? Don't you feel it? Don't you feel it? Look, and the appear could be late 88. Yes, the tiny minority today. 88 of them at the time when we were 137. 88 of them, as if they knew, as if God knew they were going to be 88 in future. 88 of them rose up against the finance minister of 137. Check the percentage of his own party people, legislators, who went telling the president to remove him. Why? For what reason? I'm asking you. Let's get serious with our economy. Why I'm shouting at the top of my voice is that Ken Ofori's father and Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, they drank wine on 16 June 1979 and 26 June 1979. They drank wine. They had been criticizing Achampon's government. And Achampon was overthrown in the 1979 4th June melee. He was caught up. What could he do? Yes, he couldn't answer his charges. He was brought to the firing squad. The Teshi firing range is there to remind all of us. For what reason was Kutu Achampon shot? I'm asking you, for how much money was he shot for? I'm asking you. Today, look at the millions of cedis that Kenneth Atta, under his watch, has leaked out of the national economy. Yankonsogu Kentemu. Nani pano jila ona osho say Yankonsogu Kentemu jani omo mujila una Yankonsoni na mujila ho. Musha omo. Utumi nchi omo mbisa omo asem. Oba catch him. If he comes back to this country, we see who go me. He will come. He knew what he was doing. He knew the damage he was causing to the economy. He deceived everybody. Even including the IMF. You see, has disguised himself sitting somewhere enjoying. Maybe some who can so maybe so. Sell for Nana. Sell for the first Nana. On Ukraine, First World War, he bought a fire spitter for the British Army to kill people. Do you know the intention of the family? Do you know why they take them to the law and put them into politics? I'm asking you. They want power and control. This guy is somebody who had learnt about J.B. Dankwa and how J.B. Dankwa dissipated family property and family land but couldn't get political position. So they knew of that story. They are coming into political power. Look at Power Willie from the same stock. Look at Nana Addo's father from the same stock. They have blown cash, attempted to get political power. They didn't get it. So look at him. Look at what Nana Addo said of him. Campaign. He was the one who was hedging and raising money. At one time, he even used party headquarters to go and face UT Bank to go and collect money. Yes. UT Bank on the license. I don't know. On in the free year buy yes. On in the free year Monday. On in the free year on Mati Monday and apa. On kita Nivana and on kita no buy car. But Nivana need to say on Ken car. It will be do a cry Ken. He was on the phone with Ken when he got a call from his bank that his vault was being raided. So he decided to call him. Up on today, Ken has not picked this call. Who can say any papa no? So a form of mine, an indigenous person who has decided to invest his money into the banking sector. And you take the license the way you do it, when we had money to repair the mess that they had caused. Look at Dr. Papa Kwesi. Does he deserve that? He was in the same cabinet with Nana Addo and what's his name? What's his name? Osafo Nanaya Osafo one of the laziest, the two laziest ministers in Kufuor's cabinet. Kufuor kasa na kachire say me boa onu je Kufuor onu so boa. Onu kachire said these are the laziest people in my cabinet. So the hardworking people were the likes of Dr. Papa Kwesi. It was always bringing results. When he said Millennium Challenge account, they couldn't do it. It took Papa Kwesi. Yes, they had given it to 3 or 4 of their ministers who couldn't do it. All of them were there. I can mention J.H. Mensah. They gave it to Professor Jambafo, even Osafumafo, no Disika $4.8 million pounds. So next acquire Rikopo could be our free London consultant. I'm going to try to Disika no to be a writing proposal. Until now, they need a free answer. And they call Barry do or not. No. I was in America with you. Condoleezza Rice has agreed that there's somebody amongst your government who can do the job. You're pointing to Papa Kwesi. Yes, that's a services delivery expert. And what's the Millennium Challenge account about? It's about services delivery. Yes, putting infrastructure in place, trying to get electricity going to people's home. That's compact too. Look, I've always said it. Give Dr. Indum's bank back to him.
GN Bank.
Yes, call Alhaji Seydou Agongo and give his bank back to him.
Heritage
Look
Bank.
look at Alhaji Seydou Agongo. Look at how he started life. Very humble beginnings. And look at how God has blessed him at this time. And look at how giving the person, even in tight times, so as someone would have told Sonia in the past 8 years, what he went through, he had no problem with the Bank of Ghana when he came to his bank. But look at how they decided to run him down and take him to court and try and bring his business down. But when you're saying about power, medical trust, look at the money he has donated inside. Look at the goalkeeper, the Black Stars. You see, this is somebody, Omani Hiano. Give his bank back to him.
Yeah, so
he deserves it. Then our own Dr. Dufour, he has been governor before. Opiaweti governor. It's on to me the banking raso. Then him go say. He knew what he was coming to do, like I told you. He was coming to pluck out those people who were strong in the system, who could fight him, bring them down, superimpose his Ponzi scheme on everybody, deceive all of us, get away with his youth, and then go and stay in America and never come back. Sack the OSP. Sack him. Why? What is it? Aren't you seeing the works that Yoko is doing? Sack him and publish Kenneth internationally. Tell Trump that you want Kenneth in Accra. He has to come and answer charges unless he disguises himself and goes under a new name. Me, I'm saying that it's in Namibia. Baby, I'm who know US near them. Yeah.
London.
Look, there are some countries that you can go to that you cannot go and bring him. We don't have those extradition rules with them.
UK ain't to me coffee number.
And yeah, well, but obey to me. And now gay. Or no, so that mean be a gay. JB down quite a baby. No again. So no need close spa. It's one shall know a command in Tarabia. Uhunanim. No, the BTA. What I say? Yes, I'm telling you. Hey, I've always said this: intellectuals and national development. Yeah, the Mubeko school. No matter you call yourself. I went to Yale. I went to Columbia. I went to Harvard. When you give them the opportunity to come and manage the state, all they know is to come and run Ponzi schemes, steal the little that this state has, instead of managing what we have and transforming it into something that will be worthwhile for all of us, being and sitting around the table, getting our share and putting our energy to it to make sure the next meal is also ready for the next generation. Don't do it.
Okay.
I'm lucky that I'm happy too that John Mahama is in power. And look at the wisdom of his government. You understand? Trying to rationalize the gold sector alone. Look at what has brought in, a lot of money for this nation. You understand? He's focused on what he wants to do. I know John Mahama will not allow Kenneth to go away with his loops. It will be one of the most painful things for every young man in our national politics. Onu Papa Kra, Papa John Soforiata. He was rural development minister under Buzia. He didn't do that. He didn't take the country's money. One for mining seeker. Yes. Onu no Cho under Liman, rural living conditions. Let's today go back to the rural areas and see the difference between the rural economy and the urban economy that Chicken Ofori left for us. What his father said in the 80s, was he able to use the opportunity he got as finance minister to be able to change the nascent structure of the economy? Those who produce what we call the hewers of wood and drawers of water in our rural areas, what benefits do they get from us? In total, I'm not talking about peanuts of some 1 or 2 schools here and there. The national cake should go around for them to scoop theirs, because they have invested their time to grow our cocoa, our oil palm. They have even decided to stay in the countryside to work on the land. Don't you think it's innovative? Everybody wants to be in the city. What are we doing to our farmers? I ask. So if you have a country that people will come, look, even under planting for food and jobs, it was not their plan. No, it was the plan of the NDC. You understand? We say productivity, raising productivity in the local economy. Plume. If you look at the flower of the Canadian this thing, that's the plume flower. So they did something in relating to that. They changed the name because they had changed the government in Canada. Then they also changed the name here, went back, the same proposal, redesigned 1 or 2 things, and decided to take the money. Ask me, the 100 million Canadian dollars that was given a Koto every year, where is the money? Where is the money? I ask. Cocoa under Kenneth Ofori, Bank of Ghana under Kenneth Ofori. Today, look at the Bank of Ghana. You understand? They were running at a loss under Kenneth Ofori. How can a state bank that is supposed to make sure it invests in the right places. Because if you look at how our champion used the central bank in the 70s to finance our development, and today people can say, central bank na boka. It's you this under Kenneth watch. The governor is still walking around. Why? What is it? Look at the cocoa sector. Look at how they have run the cocoa sector down. We owe 32 billion cedis. Why? What is it? It's so painful. And we are watching all under Kenneth. He watched the economy go down. Look at how our environment has been destroyed. You understand? So please, let's wake up. Ghanaians must wake up. If you cannot get Kenneth, Chinuuni Pebi, make it somebody liable. No, look, it's a complicit matter. I'm saying it's a Ponzi scheme. The people he came with, they are clear. You can see them. I saw one of them sitting on national television yesterday. Please. No. He put them in strategic positions. Let me tell you the positions he put them. You think grant securities and questioning. Yeah, they look. Okay. He didn't run this year alone. Okay. I've told you how he managed to get into government and Nananado, how he disguised himself to know all, and then decided to bring his own people he has started with in data bank to superimpose themselves on the economy, and why he placed them to do certain things in order to bring us to our knees as we are today. Today, come and answer charges. You have run away. God, I talked about 16 June and 26 June.
Yes.
When you serve your nation, and you are given opportunity, and your government leaves power, you shouldn't be afraid when you are called to come and answer for action. You shouldn't be. Yes, you shouldn't be. Politicians in the past have done it. And when they overthrew Nkrumah, they did it. You understand? Under Buzia, when they overthrew him, they did it. You understand? Yes, under Liman, when they overthrew him, they did it. So even under a democracy, we have called people in recent times when the NDC left power. Go and see what happened to the Kojochum Waffles. He was a frequent visitor to Yoko, always being investigated for one thing or the other. Honorable Alex Mold were being called left, right, center every day, and many more people. We the NDC people, we tortured ourselves. We didn't go running at those institutions and throwing stones because we knew our leaders. We knew they were clean and they had nothing to hide. But here we are. Kedoforata, we're Johnny on baby Koka. You see a tano. So you agree with me that John Tinapa was right. Otilo, Onumishi, Ejakpa. Yes, this one, so in English it says sublimation. Okay. He has changed from solid to air. He's gone.
Let us say, Mr. Alisa Nelson, or a senior political analyst, on your honorable, Daniel Kwesia Shaman, Wahemom, Mayan Office of the Special Prosecutor Nankasana Yatin and Kano, Urakisi Jabin, now or day and 70 Nabe to Grand says Yade, Urakano Foriata. I wanted view.
I said it here from the day that they said we should wait till May that he was going to come and he was sick. I said that it was a scheme just to delay his coming. You see that 6 days before 2nd June, he now writes to the OSP to tell him another story. He's a storyteller. Bomo yoyini onumishin yoyini amaleloni onumishin ye click de kecheni e bake baba juwo ne ko shika ne ke fele no. No, he's not ready to come and face anybody to answer any question. He planned this day that he would not come. Look, in fact, don't sack the OSP. Rather empower the OSP. Yes, he has convinced me. Yes, he has convinced me. Okay. No, Neniabre, look at what Kenneth Foriata did. The opportunity cost, the Ponzi scheme he ran, the cathedral project. Look at the money involved. $58 million to dig a hole. You cannot even swim in it. You cannot even rear fishes in it. You cannot use that pit for anything. $58 million of the country's money. $58 million out here. Or you don't understand what I'm saying? Yeah, but let me times it by that. I'm telling you, it's a lot of money. It runs into billions of cedis. He paid it out of rough procurement. And there's nothing to show. Much ado about nothing in the name of God. Yes, look at it. Zero. Then you talk about the termination of the ECG project. Millennium Challenge account Abaha. Musika £190 million. Dollars. Abeshem. Not Kelly Gadget to board. Yeah, you know more go up and down. I've said they were coming to do something. They were rather going to swallow that $190 million of the Americans. They saw it. They ran away because they put up fake documents, fake insurance documents, and other things. Are these people well intended?
No.
Then you talk about the ambulance procurement. Look at where he put the company. So, and then the procurement and maintenance of the ambulances. Or the man Nanadoba. And then yes, this is somebody. Look at the amount of money involved. Why was a champion shot in 1979? I ask you this question always. And this family was involved. They celebrated when a champion was shot. How much money? With all the time and energy a champion spent to develop this country, he built Dansoman. So he used his salary as guarantee to buy some of the houses in Dansoman. When the coup of 5th July 1978 came and they took him home, they investigated him. They said he used his position to acquire that property. Oh, he built it. So he cannot acquire some for his family. He was brought out, yes, and he had paid up to a certain extent. Nobody will listen to him. I'm saying this family, Kenneth family, they celebrated when a champion was shot for less. Today, look at the GRA, the tax, the Provident Fund Management. Look at what he did. Criminal intentions, criminal sins, just to leak the money out and steal it. Look at the Sputnik V. Look at the All African Games. How they paid money on the ministry. Yes. Look at all the World Bank projects that came for drainage and other things in the economy. Do you know Kenneth Atta sat down and gave all those contracts to Volux Ghana Limited that belongs to Budieto's wife? Yes, all the World Bank drains projects. Why? You came to steal from us and make it your own. I'm not afraid to say it. He's a runaway. When I call him a thief, nobody can hold me responsible. Not even his lawyers. What they need to do is to bring him if they have any suit against me. If I call him a thief, he's a thief. There's nothing I can say again. And then, look at what you have come to run this state into, put us into a pit. Look at what you are doing with the dollar and the city. Not knowing that it could be managed better. Yes, just based on sincerity. Why? What is it? So look, the OSP must be supported. Indeed, must be supported to succeed. Look, cassava, those who steal cassava, go to someone prison, go to the infirmary. They are sick. They are under investigation. Cassava, plantain, yes. Yes. If you steal plantain, 7 fingers, and you go to court, you are made to count and go to prison. Go and see the number of people who are sick in Sawam. Go to the police stations across the country. Those who are being prosecuted, who are sick on a daily basis, who go and face charges. Look, it is only when you are on death row that you are sick, that you are allowed to remain healthy before you are hanged or sent to the gallows or used for electric chair. Apart from that, any other thing, even if you're on your sick bed and you can talk and you can show sign or you can write, you can be put under investigation. Go to our hospitals. You see people, things hanging on their hands. Go to the NIB. Me, I've been sent to the National Bureau of Investigations before under the Munte Treaty. We're kept there from morning to evening without water. What is it? At the time, what did we do? Oh, when you must guasi, so I was from Munkachan, so was software, Munkachan, so I know Tiota, sorry, oh, when you must guasi, when you must guasi, come from what you are gonna stick up, what Johnny, when you must guasi. If you're a man, come and face your accusers. From Bama confirming Guasi. It's okay. Tell me that's like this. Alisa, yeah. And
Daddy Kama, Mamena PENDREAM TV. Now, so far so good. Say open online portal e Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.